Hi there, this is Johnny Pharaoh, also known as Sean. Welcome back to Goonies World. I am here, as always, with my good friend Ryan, also known as Meanie. Say hello, Meanie.
Hello. Hello.
And I am also here with my good friend Colin, also known as Goonie himself. Say hello, Goonie.
Hello.
And Ryan is back in the Game Master's chair tonight for another episode of Runners. So
yes,
indeed. Before we get too much further, I want to thank Disquantic and Shady Dave and Bulkmar for music we're using tonight. And last time we actually used some music from Da Boink, who was the bar music that was supposedly, sounded like Minor Threat. Listeners who might know what Minor Threat sounds like will know that Da Boink did not sound very much like Minor Threat, but it was rock and roll. So, thank you, Da Boink. And
that's close enough, I'm sure.
It was close enough. But we're back in the future world of cybernetics and magic, and so here we are.
Indeed, and you had been, as you'll recall, tasked with sort of kidnapping this scientist, which you have done. I'm imagining that the few seconds following that abduction are going to play out now kind of relatively slowly. So here's what I'm imagining, and now you tell me if this is right. But basically, you guys had been standing kind of on the sidewalk in the snow outside this guy's house, and he came and opened the window, and Howitzer basically at that point just ran up, busted through the guy's screen, grabbed him, and started running away. Al lobbed a couple magic missiles in that direction of the window, and that's basically where we left it, as I recall.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it wasn't really a well thought through plan. It was sort of spontaneous.
I was going to suggest, running towards the neighbor's house where we got dropped off because the lights were off.
Because there was nobody there. I'll follow. Yeah, I'll run that same direction. Meanwhile, I'm going to try. If the guy's struggling in my arms or whatever, which he probably is, I'm going to try to, get my hand up over his mouth, to muffle his screams.
So he screamed. He like a startled scream when you started running at him when he noticed. But at this point, he is not screaming anymore. He stopped as soon as you grabbed him, basically. And he is not screaming, and he is not struggling. He has just seemed to have basically gone kind of limp and sort of submitted, at least for the moment, to whatever you're going to do. Now, I imagine that you ran up to the house, grabbed the guy, turned and started running back the other direction. So you're a few steps behind Al, and Al basically sounded like you were going to go to the neighbor's house, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So you were a little closer. You're a little bit ahead of Howitzer because obviously he ran up and got the guy. So you're pretty close to the, you're kind of halfway between the neighbor's house and the target's house. So you start running in that direction. You have lobbed, obviously, magic missiles up towards the window, and you can hear kind of some... there were a couple yelps and screams as the magic missiles impacted. Now you can hear, chattering and people, sort of confused chatter about what the hell is going on and whatever, and somebody call the cops, etc., etc., etc. And you bolt over towards the front door of this dark neighbor house. And you reach the front door and roll a d6 to see whether it is unlocked. It is unlocked only if you... It is locked only if you roll a 1. Otherwise, it is unlocked.
Okay, I'll let you roll it. I can see you've got a dice in your hand already there.
Yeah. Okay, and I rolled a 6.
6, it is unlocked. And so you throw the door open and run inside this dark room, and you immediately realize, well, it's not even really a room. It's more of an entryway. This is kind of a split-level type house, and you can either go downstairs or upstairs.
I'm going to go downstairs.
Or you can just stand in the entryway and wait for Howitzer.
I will probably wait for him to get in here for running.
Okay, well, and of course, Howitzer, now you've got this, you're burdened a little bit with this non-struggling elf character. And, so you're running a little slower, but you're still adrenaline pumping, you're still getting a pretty good clip. So you're not too far behind, and you find yourself standing next to Al in this sort of entryway, and I'm assuming somebody's going to shut the door.
Shut the door and lock it.
Yeah. All right. And as soon as the door is shut, the man you are holding in your arms, Howitzer, kind of slung over your shoulder is what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
He says, "Would you mind putting me down?"
I think we can put him down.
Nah, not at all, Mr. Patel. I'll put you down.
Just don't fucking scream and don't run.
Yeah, be a good lad. Think it through. I'll set him down.
You've nothing to worry about, he says, and he begins walking downstairs. And he pulls a device out of his pocket.
Uh-oh, what do you got there? What are you
and
doing?
I'll totally overreact and pull out my gun. I mean, I'm not going to shoot him, but, it's totally what I would do.
He stops. As soon as he hears the gun come out, and, you're Al obviously asking what he's doing. He stops, and he kind of puts his hands up, and he turns around, and he says, "Look, I don't mean to be rude, but are the two of you complete fucking Muppets?"
Well, okay, that was very rude.
That was rude.
No, listen.
No, fucking
we ain't never
Muppet.
done this specific type of job before. But I think we got things under control. Don't be calling nobody. I don't know what that is in your hand there, but we're gonna need you to turn around slowly. Show us what you got there. Don't be pointing it at us. My friend here's got a big fucking gun. You can see it.
Yeah, so he's kind of halfway down the stairs at this point, because he was kind of quickly sort of jogging down the stairs when you stopped him. And he turns around with his hands still in the air, and in one of his hands he's holding this device, which is essentially like the 2070 whatever equivalent of like a smartphone. And you can see that it's got on the screen, it's showing like some footage, a video of you guys abducting him. And he's like, I've got to erase all this footage, or the police are going to know immediately where you are.
Yeah, well, I was just going to get to that. That's what I was going to tell you to do next, is erase all the footage that you got of us. And no, don't make any backups or anything like that. Don't be sending it to the police.
I swear, if I show up on the TikTok, there's going to be trouble.
Don't put it on TikTok.
He kind of rolls his eyes and smirks at you, and he sort of motions with his eyes over to his hands, like, "Can I put them down now?"
Yeah, all right.
Slowly.
So he reaches into. He's wearing like kind of a light jacket. Well, it's too light to be walking around outside for any extended period of time, but plenty good enough for just hanging out in your house. And he reaches into like the interior pocket and pulls out a pack of cigarettes and pulls one out, puts it to his lips, and lights it, and begins puffing on it as he turns around and walks back down the stairs. And it begins turning on the lights as well.
No, I'm going to light a cigarette too, because my guy's a chain smoker, as we'll remember. And,
guy's a bad influence on you.
Yeah, I got your bad influence right here.
But
welcome to the Druckmann's house. Yes,
you act like this is your house. I guess you know your neighbors.
Well, yes, they overwinter in Florida, and they have me use my extensive security system to keep an eye on their place as well. So I'll have to delete that footage as well, because if we can't let them know we're here, that wouldn't be any good for anybody, would it? Yeah. So it'll take me just a few minutes. I'll get all this footage taken care of, and then I suppose we'll be off to Lincoln Park, yes?
Yeah, you don't seem too surprised to have been kidnapped.
Who do you think arranged the whole thing, you idiot?
Well, first of all, there's no call for name calling, all right?
You think you're so smart.
Yeah.
You don't even know how smart I am. I know magic.
Some kind of, he taught himself everything he knows, too. 3 spells.
Oh, do you know this one? He asks and snaps his fingers and disappears.
What the fuck?
Hey, all right. I think he does know that one, though. Yeah.
I do, but I don't know if he teleported or he went invisible.
Oh, wait, yeah, he could have teleported. Nah, hey, you still here, right?
Oh, yes, he says, and now he's upstairs.
Oh, you're upstairs?
He begins walking down the stairs towards the landing where you guys are. Yes, very, very handy little trick I can do upon occasion.
Yeah, all right, I'm impressed. But why would you... I don't get, Mr. Patel. Why would you want to kidnap yourself?
Well, without divulging too much information, let's just say that it was intended to be a test of my security measures. But now you've gone and caused me to have to delete all this footage, so I don't really know. I mean, obviously you were all over my cameras. They were perfectly well. They worked as they should have. But I don't want you to have to go to prison for this.
No,
for my, arranging this whole thing.
Right. Well, and I should say, as well as your cameras worked, your security system did not stop a bloke from, punching in through your window and dragging you out through the snow either, did it? So.
No, but had you been of malicious intent, I'm certain that we would have been able to track you down.
Let me tell you a little something about lasers. You need to invest in them. Because I didn't see one single laser going off.
Oh, I haven't got any lasers.
Yeah, well...
I haven't seen much need for lasers.
Well, you think you're so smart. What is it exactly you do for a living?
I'm a researcher, if you must know.
And you research... what, security?
No. That's merely... The security is merely for my protection because the nature of my research is rather sensitive. I won't go into too terribly much detail, but let's just say that I work in the field of the intersection of technology and magic.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Well,
that's really interesting.
You must, if you're the one that gave the instructions, you said no witnesses, so...
Yes, I'm afraid my adventuring party up at the window over there will be... I doubt they saw much, though, so I don't know if that would technically count as witnesses or not. They certainly did see it, but I don't think they saw you, so that might be good enough.
But I'm confused here. See, we got hired by, I'll just say his name because it's not his real name, Mr. Black. He
Mr.
told
Black,
us.
Yes.
Yes, so, you're his client?
Yes, he doesn't know that, and you weren't supposed to know that.
But see,
you did.
We got another call from another guy. You don't know about him, do you?
And he goes from looking sort of smug and, overconfident and pompous to immediately looking terrified.
Right.
His eyes go wide, and he says, I'm sorry.
Yeah, French
That
fella.
wasn't you? There's another guy that called us. He said, a French guy said, we were supposed to kidnap you and bring you somewhere else.
And guess what? He double-sized the order, right? So instead of 10K each, he's talking 20K each.
Oh, dear.
So maybe somebody's interested in this magical, technological research intersection you got going on.
Yes. I don't know who that could be, though. And it seems... Oh, shit. You know what this means? This must mean that someone is aware of what I'm doing here.
You know, when we got close to your house, that's when he called us. Like, he was like... I think he, like, hacked into your security or something, maybe. Yeah. Or maybe he's got his own tabs on us. I don't know, but he knew we were there.
Yeah, or maybe he's got, like, drones or satellites or whatever, but...
Chinese spy balloons or something.
Yeah, but he knew we were there, that's for sure.
Well, he's either gotten into my security system or into your personal device, perhaps. You say he called you on it, yes?
Yeah. Well, I hope we're not bugged. But if you know about security, maybe you can check our stuff and see.
Well, unfortunately, this means that I've likely been compromised completely. Well, certainly you don't intend to deliver me to this alternative place for twice the money, yes?
Well,
yeah.
We haven't talked that over yet.
You know, we was worried about, honoring our deal, but it sounds like you're in bigger trouble now. So maybe instead of us delivering you for twice the money, maybe we talk another deal where we can help you get out of whatever mess you're in.
Yeah.
Right?
You triple the amount.
Triple the amount, right. And whatever trouble you're in, you're going to need some muscle and maybe a little magic, right?
So this is kind of a family room type area. There's like a couch and a 3D set and all that. And he sits down on the couch, and he's still smoking his cigarette. And he puts his phone in his pocket. Well, I finished removing the footage. Now, I would not have removed it had I known that there was this alternative plan in place. I'm not sure I have the means to triple it, unfortunately. But how about I just give you some information, and you can decide for yourselves?
Well, depends on if this information is valuable. Is it more than 20K? Could we, sell this information or help ourselves somehow with it?
Probably not.
Well, why don't you just tell us what you got to tell us?
What I'm working on could potentially unleash the ultimate power, the fusion of magic and technology, you see. Imagine wielding godlike powers and potentially even immortality, yes? That's what I'm working on, and that's the kind of thing that all sorts of people might want access to.
Right.
That's why I had all this security systems and things installed, and that's why I hired someone to test them for me, but things have not gone quite according to plan.
No, they haven't, but all that stuff you're working on, who's it for exactly? I mean, who's going to get it?
Well, it's technically done for Spiritech, my employer, who is a subsidiary of Transhuman, as you may be aware.
Right.
But, I mean, who would be the first person to try this out? Well, I suppose it would be me, wouldn't it?
Well, right. Yeah, maybe, if we let you, or maybe it was us, I don't know. I mean, we want to make sure we come up, nice. We want to be rewarded for this little job we're doing, which has not turned out to be little at all.
I could make some sort of I think we could probably work out some sort of deal then, if you're interested. Should my research bear fruit, I could potentially, with the permission of my employer, of course, bequeath upon the both of you the power as as test subjects, if you will.
You talking about the power of immortality?
Well, potentially. We aren't sure if that will be part of the package or not at this point, but it could be.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of power there. A lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is deliver me to the address provided by Mr. Black and not this mysterious interloper.
Yeah, well, it's just, wish we knew a little bit more information about who this interloper is.
Well, maybe we can find out. Could you reverse trace the number he called on or something and try to hack back, find a location? I mean, I know you can't, Al, but maybe Mr. Patel could do it.
Well, I'm not... I mean, I do research technology and magic, but I'm not the greatest hacking wizard ever known. And I'm certain that anyone who would be capable of finding out that I was doing this research and that you were on a mission for me and to provide an alternative location to deposit me probably would be pretty good about making sure they were not traceable.
Yeah. But we could always go to, if we really cared about who it was, we could always go to the address they gave us and sniff around, right? But right now, the question is, are we going to take you? Now, you said you didn't have the means to triple it, but you could at least match the 20K, right? Your friend's transhuman ain't exactly got shallow pockets, right? Even Spiritek's got some deep pockets. And we're in this now probably about just as deep as you are, right? Because whoever wants you is going to want us now.
Well, that may be true. It may also be that, were we to finish my research and bestow upon you, the both of you, the powers that it would grant, you at that point could undoubtedly track them down were you so inclined.
I mean, are we gonna so if you do your research and we're your test subjects, we have all these powers, you're saying so then we could potentially, we have our own means of making however much money as we want then.
I'm afraid you would probably have no need for money at that point.
Oh, so we transcend it or something?
No, this wouldn't require my consciousness to be in a computer or something, would it?
No, I nothing like that, no.
So kind of like having flesh and bones,
Yes, it is quite nice to have flesh and bones, I would agree.
All right, look, I'm going to consult with my colleague a moment here. Step into the foyer with me, Al, for a moment. Mr. Patel ain't going nowhere.
He puts his cigarette out and pulls out his phone and starts doing stuff on it, whatever.
All right.
Oh, so what do you think, Al?
Yeah, this is a real tricky situation here. I mean, on one hand, what he's offering, sounds like pretty good deal, probably better than 30K, to have this all this power.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
this just stuff we don't know, I mean, there's a lot of risk involved.
Right.
If we're test subjects, could end up very badly for ourselves.
Right. I saw an old program on the Tri-D where they was strapping rabbits into chairs, right, and injecting shampoo into their eyeballs and whatnot. I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah, what are they even trying to prove with shampoo in the eyes? I mean, that's crazy. But
nobody could ever get shampoo in their eyes. I agree. It's so strange. No, but listen, it's 10 grand and status as lab rats with potential great power, or it's 20K and take him to the Frenchman. And I don't know if this Mr. Patel's quite as helpless as he appears. He probably, unless you get that phone out of his hands, he could probably bring down the wrath of God on us anytime he wants. Worst case scenario, we've honored our original agreement and delivered him to the address for the 10K. Worst case scenario. There's worse ways this could play out, my brother.
Yeah, I'm thinking worst case, we take this guy to the Frenchman. The Frenchman, forces him to make this stuff for him. This Frenchman's like a arch villain or something. He decides to enslave the world with this power. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not really concerned about the world. I'm trying to help myself, but, it'd be kind of shitty to have that on yourself,
Right.
Be to blame for all that.
You don't want that on your resume. No.
Nah, not really.
But we could honor our original arrangement. And if this Frenchman calls back, well, if he's going to come after us just because we chose to honor our original arrangement, that's on him and his conscience and his morality, and we'll deal with him when the time comes. But obviously they want what Patel's got. His Frenchman.
Yeah, so, we're supposed... It comes down to who do we trust more, Mr. Patel or some anonymous Frenchman. And, I don't know this Frenchman.
I trust the man I can see with my eyes more than a voice on the phone.
This scientist, he's an elf. That's good.
Yeah, well, he's straight up. He's been straight with us, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's been pretty straightforward with us, I think.
Right.
I mean, I was not saying I 100% trust him, but, it got more to trust than the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no 100% trust in this topsy-turvy world. But the guy, you make a deal with the guy you're in the room with, looking at him in the eye. That's good enough for me. I'll say, let's get him to the address. We'll take the 10K, see what he has to say about. Let's learn a little more details about this lab rat business, though, before we go traipsing off to be strapped down and have shampoo squirted in our eyes, or whatever the fuck he's gonna do.
All right, we've had a little talk, Mr. Patel, and
yes.
you're in luck. We're gonna take you up on your offer.
Wonderful.
We'll be true to our word as long as you come through with your deal. That's 10K plus. You do your research. We get to test it out.
Very well. This sounds perfectly reasonable to me. Of course, Mr. Black will be seeing to the payment
Right.
upon completion of your mission. And he holds up his phone, and you see this little screen. It's got a little map of the area, and it says 3 minutes away. He says, "Our ride will be coming a block away in about 3 minutes. We should probably go out the back," he says. And you notice now the sound of sirens getting louder He's like, I think we should probably just go out the back and go to the next block.
I don't disagree. All right.
Yep. That's what I was going to do. If we had to get out of here when the cops came, I was going to call, and I was going to go out the back, walk a little bit behind, in the backyards, and come out and catch the cab and get out of there. So let's do that.
He's got a little bit of a hood on his little jacket here, and he flips it up over his head to kind of try to, disguise himself in some capacity.
Yeah.
He flips the light off as you guys head out the back door and traipse across this small backyard over to the next block, where a little automated vehicle does indeed pull up just a few minutes later, and you clamber on inside. And he says, and just clarifying, we are going to the original address, yes?
Right. The warehouse where Mr. Black arranged.
And he punches that into his.
I thought we were going to
device.
Lincoln Park. Isn't that where you wanted? Where he wanted you?
Yes.
Yes, Lincoln Park.
So he punches that in the vehicle, drives off, and you see some emergency response vehicles, which I don't know if you can hear in the background.
No.
Here, but okay, yeah, there's sirens blasting and like freaking air horns, like bark, bark, which I can hear. I can't tell if it's coming in the mic or just I'm hearing it.
Oh,
anyway,
I heard a little snippet of it.
Yeah, I heard one there.
Yeah.
Ryan is hood adjacent, listeners. Ryan's hood adjacent. He's in a very nice home that is hood adjacent. Yeah.
And fire station adjacent and police station adjacent, and it's all kind of dense. Everything's all squished together. So it's every freaking day. So I don't even notice it.
You don't even hear it anymore, yeah.
Podcasting, And then I'm like, oh, anyway. So this vehicle begins autonomously driving north towards Lincoln Park. And you arrive at this
Make sure we're not followed.
And you see like the emergency vehicles pull up, and as you're driving away, and like police jump out and run up to the door, and there's like the door opens and there's like people scared, like huddling together and talking to the officers, and
man, you didn't even like
whatever they know.
Tell your family members about your ordeal, like your plan of getting kidnapped. You just let them all think you're gonna get ransomed and all that.
Well, first of all, they're just my friends. Second of all, that was kind of the point of stressing no witnesses. I didn't want anybody to even know this had happened at all. But I guess that wasn't made quite explicit enough in the instructions.
No, it wasn't. There was some lack of clarity there, because we in fact thought we were supposed to kill anyone. So we almost killed your entire D&D group. So... Although
that would have been most unfortunate.
Although it is ironic that they did get pelted with some magic missiles, isn't it?
Yeah, if I shot those missiles in, and you had like your gas on or something, we're cooking something on the stove, the whole house could have gone up. You didn't think about your friends' well-being. You're selfish, trying to test your security measures, putting other people's lives at risk. I don't know why I'm judging you, though. We're kidnappers.
We're basically kidnappers, yeah. So I think we're all on the same page ethically here.
Yes, well, to be perfectly honest, I expected more of a well-researched sort of abduction. Maybe you'd watch my route back and forth to work, to the university, or find a place that seemed like it would be a convenient and easy place to take me without...
It was like
none of that happened.
It was
You're
like
watching
a
too many
hour
movies and TV shows.
It was like a 24-hour bonus situation. And like I said, I used to play a little football, and when I see an opening, I go for it.
Oh, yes. I did not... I thought that the 24-hour bonus would compel you to do it quickly, but I didn't quite think through that it would compel you to do it that quickly.
Well, I'm not exactly the brains of this operation, anyways, so...
Well, it's fine. As it turns out, well, you can see why I... Side note, I insisted that you not kill me.
Right, it makes sense. That part you got right. You got that part right. That was quite crystal clear clarity on that point.
Yes, and I thought perhaps maybe you would do it on the train, and there might be a spare witness somewhere that you might have to take out. I didn't think that would be a problem. I certainly did not expect you to come while I was playing tabletop games with my friends. But regardless, all in a day's work, I suppose.
Yep. I think, like I was saying, you had all these plans. You probably don't know how the real world works in terms of kidnapping and all that. You've been watching too many TV shows and movies. But now you know. It gets violent sometimes. The people that do this type of work, not deep thinkers. I'm including myself, even though I'm very smart. But, you know, I had a rough upbringing.
Well, really, I think you could blame the weed you were smoking at that D&D game, because had you not opened the window, right, to let out the smoke, then it never would have occurred to me to charge across your front lawn and batter my way through your screen window. So drugs, lead directly to kidnapping, I think is my point.
Yes, I suppose that might be true. And you're right, Elf, I didn't catch your name, sorry, that I don't really know how these things work. As you might be obvious, I'm a corporate scientist. I don't really... My knowledge of the sort of seedy underworld, if you will, is limited largely to, the tridedramas and such. I don't have a lot of experience in that field, I'm afraid. Well, I do now, though.
Yeah, you're getting a crash course in it.
Right, only in the real world, they would have taken you straight to the bloke who's paying the $20,000, I think. You got a couple of criminals with hearts of gold here, is what you got.
Yeah, well, sensitive kidnappers.
Like, sensitive, like women.
It's I can thank my mother for that. She taught me how to feel, to empathize and all that.
Yeah,
real nice lady.
Right.
Yes, I'm sure.
How sure are you? Don't talk about my mother.
I've never met an elven mother that I didn't love. Well, and don't extrapolate horrible things from that. I mean that purely platonically.
I like a good MILF myself.
MILF?
A MILF.
Yeah, nice.
Right.
Nice. Jesus Christ. So, anyway, this little automated vehicle doesn't even get on the highway, doesn't even need to. It's just a few minutes away that, you just have this little conversation, and you pull up outside this warehouse, which is where you were supposed to deliver your cargo. And there is a sort of garage door you could possibly pull in, if it'll open when you pull up to the instruct the little vehicle to pull up to the garage door. Perhaps it'll open.
Yeah, we'll see if it'll automatically open as we approach.
And it does. And you're inside of a well-lit sort of warehouse, and it's just shelves. There's a little parking area where you can park the vehicle, or instruct the vehicle to park itself. And but other than that, there's like a forklift over in the corner, and there's shelves, like rows of shelves with stuff on, almost like the final scene of that Indiana Jones movie where it's just like the National Archives or whatever. Right, those like shelves of shit. So little sort of automated Uber pulls in there and stops, and the door shuts behind. The garage door shuts behind you, and Arjun looks around and shrugs his hands and pulls the door open and gets out.
Get out.
Jay, you sure there's nobody waiting in here to assassinate you or kill us all?
There shouldn't be. I just need to send a message to my ride.
There shouldn't be, but don't forget, you yourself said you could be compromised, so be careful.
Well, if you'd like to scope the place out for me, make sure there isn't anything funny going on, that would be great.
We'll know when they come out shooting.
Yeah, and why don't you? Are you planning on telling Mr. Black anytime soon we completed our deal and have him wire it over us that $10K?
Yes, well, you see, I will do that. My plan, of course, was to have myself to have my ride pick me up here and take me straight home. I think I will likely still do that, although I'm going to have a bit of a mess to deal with in terms of, all the police response and all of that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, really. I'll show up and explain that there's been a horrible misunderstanding and that I fell out of the window and accidentally launched a magic missile or something. I don't know.
Well, you guys were high, as we have established. Blame it on the drugs. That's always a good excuse.
And I can assume in 2070 Denver marijuana's no problem legally.
Yeah, I mean, no.
I mean, the first
but
ones
you still don't.
That were first state that was legal in our time.
Right,
so
right.
It's still legal.
Right. I mean, there are things that they would not want you to do, like operate a vehicle,
operate magic while high.
Right. Magic, probably, or things like that. But yes, I will have quite a bit of a mess to sort out, but that's my problem. And as soon as I get home and have dealt with the police and my friends and so forth, yes.
Oh, so when it's convenient for you, you'll just go ahead and send us the 10K. But here's another lesson for you. You're not getting home unless we see that money. All right, we kidnapped you. We get paid. Then we release you. Right? That's how it works.
Right. Technically speaking, you're still in a state of being kidnapped. You're still a kidnappee at the moment.
Yes, I see what you're saying. I thought we had reached something of an understanding between us, but
we'll understand we'll understand each other better when we get paid, I think. Right? Like,
right.
Why don't we just send a ransom? We'll text you a ransom, right? 10K, right? And then you send that money, however you like, over to us. Then we'll let you go on your way. I don't know what the point of coming here was, to be honest.
Well, this is where we're supposed to deliver him.
Yeah, but we brought him here. I mean, I guess we could have gone anywhere.
Well, why don't you call Mr. Black right now? You got his number out. Tell him the job's done. Tell him to wire us the money. Go ahead. Get on it.
He pulls out his device and pushes a few buttons. Shares his location to Mr. Black to indicate, that he's been delivered to the requested spot. Which goes through, a proxy to Mr. Black, so that it doesn't look like he's not going to see that it came directly from him, but it'll.
Right.
So he shows you his screen that he's contacted Mr. Black. He says, "Can I call my ride now?"
I mean, Mr. Black's, I guess, gonna be good for the money. And you've texted him, or let him know. So,
yes.
Yeah. What do you think? I think, it's on Mr. Black now.
Well, as technically speaking, true, he is the fixer. He was the one who was going to be paying.
And almost immediately, as you guys are having this little chit-chat, Al, your phone rings, or, communicator alerts you the tune incoming.
You've got Al.
Hey, Al. Hey, it's Mr. Black. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Yeah.
I understand that you've delivered the target as promised.
As promised. What do they say? Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, I was not expecting it to be done so quickly. You guys definitely move with expedience. I gotta say, I like that. I like that in a crew. You know how to get stuff done. And I gotta say,
I think that's worth like maybe double like what you were gonna pay. I'm just suggesting, since you're so happy with our performance, maybe a bonus or something. I don't want to get greedy, but go ahead.
No, it's funny you should say that, because I was just gonna say that our client was so happy with your performance that he doubled the pay for me. I didn't even have to do nothing. So, yeah, 20,000 each in your bank accounts, transferring it right now.
What a guy. All right.
Wow, yeah. I wish I could, I can hug this guy.
What are you talking about?
Well, we dropped him off. Well, just don't worry about it.
Ixnay on the Egret say and play, alright? Just. Right.
Alright, well, whatever.
We did our jobs.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you guys, next time I need a small group of runners for something. I know exactly who I'm going to call, because you guys get shit done.
Right.
That's right. We're always ready. Always got my running shoes on. Got my tracksuit on, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we're your guys.
All right, well, I'll be talking to you later then. See you guys. And Mr. Black hangs up, and Arjun says, yes, well, as you can see, I found some extra money for you, and for delivering me in one piece to the correct location. I do appreciate it very much, and I will be in touch with you if and when my research bears fruit to let you in on the secret of infinite power, perhaps.
Yeah, you remember us, when you're getting your Nobel Prize and all that. Think about us, who you're gonna, bequeath, as you said, this to. Because we would very much, I think, like to have total control over everybody. I think I would.
Well, I'm not sure whether that is entirely how it will work or not, but I'll let you know when we get there. Now, do you mind if I call my ride? And by the way, if you would like to take this one, any gestures to the one that you guys rode in on, back to wherever it is you would like to go, that would be fine. Or you can leave on foot, it doesn't matter to me, but I would like to summon my ride now, if I may.
I don't see a problem with that.
All right.
He pushes a few buttons on his device and puts it back in his
pocket. Now you know how to get in contact with us, right? Okay, my name's Al. Okay?
You call Mr. Black if you want to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Yes, I can be. Well, certainly you know where I live now. But yeah, yes, I can reach you through Mr. Black at any time, I'm quite sure.
Because we're going to be waiting for that call, And yeah, if if we don't hear nothing, we might have to stop by and pay you a visit. That's all.
Well, I feel like I'm very close. It should be just a matter. I'm thinking if we're lucky, within 90 days, I should know something.
Wow.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
90 days, if you need any other help, you've got some, like, magic, technology, weapons, or anything like that, be sure to let us know.
Oh, of course, yes, I can. If I need any help with anything, I know I can reach you through Mr. Black, and I'm sure you'll be happy to help. I may not even have to be so anonymous. We shall see.
All right, then. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Patel.
And he nods at you, and I guess that's where we're gonna stop. It's a little early, but I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna get in our. We're gonna call a ride.
Well, let's use the one like he said.
Oh yeah, I guess we just take the.
I mean, and you could walk to where you live from here. It's in the same neighborhood. This is a few blocks, really.
No, you know what? Instead of going back home, let's go back to the bar. Have a nightcap. I think I'm gonna start drinking again.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot to celebrate, I think. I mean, we made off pretty well. I think we got 20K, maybe. I mean, I'm not going to, like, count on this guy coming through with the testing and all that, but it's a possibility. But in the meantime, I mean, we got we got double what we're going to get paid to begin with. And, maybe we get some, like, superpowers in the future or something.
We've got a loose plot thread, though, for the future to think about, and that's this mysterious Frenchman.
Yeah, we got a loose Frenchman.
Right.
Who might not be too happy with us.
Right.
But, I could talk shit about the French. And about what are they going to do and all that. But tonight I'm not worried about it.
So you guys hop back into this little automated car and direct it to bar. That is a bit far to walk, especially in the cold. And you arrive, and that, I mean, it's as far as you can tell, it's the same band still playing.
Right.
Or at least in a very similar style. And you guys walk in, and the bartender clearly recognizes you and just kind of grunts and nods as these guys on stage, are jamming out and jumping around and going crazy.
Are we sure those people are not animatronics? It's like the same song and the same moves and the same people. I think they're animatronic creatures or something.
Imagine animatronic band technology's gotten pretty good.
Well, if they are animatronics, they're animatronics that drink beer.
Yeah. We can't even tell the difference anymore. It's what year is it here?
2070X. I think I actually said to specify a year, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
It might have been 2077. I don't know.
All right, well, we'll have a few cold ones and watch the band.
Yeah, actually, I'm starting to like this noise. It sounds a lot better after you've got paid and you get a little drink in you.
Well, and I might actually like to hear some of that elven flute music you was telling me about after all, so maybe we should start working together more regularly.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, and, maybe I'll show you the flute sometime.
All right.
I'll let you. I'll let it be a surprise. I'll whip it out when you least suspect it.
Okay.
I'm talking about my flute, of course, not nothing else. Not my skin flute.
And I think we'll have a very short post-credit scene where, we've got this Mr. Patel standing in this warehouse, and the garage door opens up, and a little automated vehicle rolls in, and he sits down in the back seat and pulls out his phone, punches in a destination, and then can be seen sending a message to someone that says, "I've been compromised."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, it all seemed a little too smooth.
He's been compromised, and we've probably been compromised.
Yes. Both of those things are probably true.
Safe to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey everybody, if you like our podcast, don't forget to leave us a good rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, or wherever you're able. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at Goonies_world, and check out our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.